All right, guys, so it's time for another Pro Trainer certification test. So this is going to be Isiah Garbitt, and it looks like he's going to be taking the test with 2 dogs. For those of you that are not sure what I'm talking about here, we have a Pro Trainer course, and part of our certification process, we certify people because, let's face it, there's a lot of bullshit certifications out there. People that certify with us actually have irrefutable evidence that they can train dogs, because the dogs never lie. And our practical test, even though it's completely done remotely, requires an unedited video of their dog performing a number of obedience behaviors in a public and busy place. So let's get started.
Okay. Yeah. We got Hades and Athena here. I've had them both since they were 8 weeks. Hades, he's a German Shepherd Husky mix, and he's 3, going on 4. Athena, she's just over 2. Athena is rocking just a flat collar, no e-collar. Hades has his e-collar on. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give the video a shot. Break.
So there's a number of things they need to be able to show in these videos. It's very important that the dog, they hit all the behaviors that are required. So the first behavior I can see Isiah's doing is the loose leash walking. Loose leash walking needs to be shown under distraction for no less than 30 seconds. I see some people in the periphery and I hear animals and people around, but I would like to see a little more distraction here for this loose leash walking portion. You can see in loose leash walking, I don't care if the dogs walk in front, behind, beside. The heel command is for the dogs to walk like perfectly beside the handler. Loose leash walking is just a test of the dog's understanding that he or she must not pull on the leash. And you can see both the dogs are kind of loose and they're respecting the leashes, which is what we like. Again, if I could, I would just ask a little more distraction, but we'll keep watching and we'll see if more distraction comes. So that's good. Well, look at that. That's plenty of distraction. So again, we got these dogs hitting a sit stay. I don't know if he asked them non-verbally to sit. I didn't hear the sit command. One thing too, guys, I am refilming this video. The original video that I filmed, my sound got all messed up. So I had to refilm this. Not Isiah's video. Isiah's video is original. I'm talking about the part where I speak over it and evaluate it. So these are the heel entries. They are shown correctly. You'll notice that Isiah's fluffy dog does not sit in the heel, whereas the Doberman does. If I look at my, just so we're clear, heel command must be shown for 4 consecutive minutes under distraction. We can see distraction is present. The dog must be on either side of the handler and not too far to the front, behind, or off the leg of the handler. When the handler halts, the dog should sit. So the dogs are showing a correct behavior here. You can see the Doberman kind of wants to smell the ground. She's kind of sneaking a little bit of sniffs here and there, but she's maintaining correct behavior. The Husky mix is really showing good behavior here. One thing Isiah did tell me, and I didn't catch it actually the first time I spoke over this video, was that the Husky mix actually has hip dysplasia, so he doesn't make the Husky mix sit on the heel. Yeah, people complimenting you as you do your test. That's always a good thing. So as you can see, the Husky stays next to him, doesn't sit on the halts, but it's okay. The Doberman shows the behavior anyways. And you see good behavior here. So both the dogs, again, for healing, we don't want active healing. This is functional healing. This is the type of healing that we want to see, you know, that someone would use in the real world. And it's really important, you know, that the dogs not be too hyper or too down. We want a nice, calm, easy demeanor. You can see the Husky mix has a bit more, like, he's a bit more of a aroused kind of dog that's more with a, he has more of an I'm here kind of personality. The Doberman's a little bit softer, which is typical for the breed. So far, so good. Dogs are behaving under distraction. You'll notice Isiah has his phone in his hand. He is not carrying his e-collar in his hand. I believe one of the dogs is wearing an e-collar, one is not. You are allowed to take the test with an e-collar on, but you are only allowed 1 correction during the test. and 1 reward during the test. Anything more than that, it's a fail. If the dogs look miserable, it's a fail. You know, if the dog's hyper aroused and barely with the handler, it's a fail. If the handler's constantly luring and praising and like, hey, stay with me, it's a fail, right? We want to see dogs that are effortless in their obedience, that the handler can drink a coffee and text on the phone and the dogs stay with the handler and are very responsive to his commands. These people are people that are certifying or trying to certify to become professional trainers. We will not certify anyone that doesn't display this level. Good halt there. Again, the Doberman shows the halt correctly and the Husky mix stays close to the handler and he's showing a consistent behavior. If he wandered, I'd be critical of that. Also important to note, Isiah is doing this with 2 dogs, not 1 dog. So very good. And he's taken both these dogs through our off-leash obedience training system, and it definitely shows. He's showing the level of freedom that we want to see these dogs show. So far, I haven't really seen any glaring mistakes. Everything looks good. I like that he's showing pace changes. He's showing that the dogs can walk really slow. The dogs can walk fast. The dogs can jog next to him. It's good to see that. A lot of handlers, they try to go to the pace of the dog so the dog doesn't leave them, you know, like the dog's going fast, so they walk fast so that the dog, you know, they're keeping up with the dog instead of going slow and saying to the dog, you know, you must adjust your pace to mine. A dog that heels correctly adjusts their pace. You can see the Doberman's a little looky. She's a little looky. He hasn't used any reinforcement with her yet that I've caught. Maybe I missed it. But she is staying correct and next to him. Again, she doesn't have to stare at him. In fact, I don't want to see focus healing here. This is functional obedience. Very good behavior. This is functional obedience. The dog should not be staring fixedly at the handler. It's no better than someone going out with a liver treat and luring their dog into this. It's not real, right? Real life obedience is just, yeah, we're here, I'm walking, you're listening to me. It's not like this big rigmarole. It's not a competition obedience situation. Turn down my sound. We got a lot of traffic noise here. All right, next to a busy street. That's good. If you don't trust your obedience, you're definitely not going to be doing this off leash. Again, guys, this is the standard for people that want to train other people's dogs. So you can see both the dogs on this transition onto the grass sniffed the ground a little bit, but they did not leave the handler, and I didn't see him, you know, reprimand them or anything like that, and they self-corrected, which is what I want to see. So here's the brake signal. So he's showing that the dogs have been broken and they're free now. I like to see dogs that freely leave the handler and that are willing to go engage in the environment. That's what I want to see. I like seeing free, happy dogs. That's the whole point of the training. Not only for him and his dogs, but for him to show that if he can do it with his dogs, he should be able to do it with other people's dogs, right? But there's a lot of trainers out there. So nice recalls, or recall, I should say. I guess it was technically 2 recalls. So they must show a total of 5 recalls. No leash on the recalls. The dogs must be free for one of the recalls. One of the recalls must be no less than 80 feet, and no recall shall be less than 10 feet. A recall is considered finished when the dog arrives within touch distance of the handler. I love seeing this, guys. I love free, happy dogs. Okay, there's a distance down command. So he must show several downs in this test. You can see the dog very correct and fast to the down. That's what we want to see. The other dog's like loose. I like that he has differential control, that he can tell one dog to do something and that the other dog can stay free or hypothetically respond to another command. We'll see if he does that later. Again, you do not have to do this with 2 dogs. Isiah is flexing a little bit. He's showing that he has this level of control with 2 dogs. So here he's showing a long down. I assume this is the long down. The handler must show it down for no less than 1 minute under some distraction. The handler must move to a distance of 80 feet and can break the down after the allotted time has expired with a recall or going to pick the dog up. So he opted for the recall there, which is another one of the 5 recalls he must show. I guess you could argue that, you know, there wasn't distractions close, so that's a slight critique. There are obviously distractions in the environment, and the other dog is loose running around. Yeah, you can see what the other dog is doing. He's enjoying himself out there, so that's a distraction. So he just placed the Doberman on the bench, and now he's placing the second dog, so that's showing 2 place commands. Place command on 2 separate objects. One place command must be sent to place for no less than 10 foot, and one of the place commands must be under distraction with the handler at a distance of no less than 60 feet. Again, we could argue that the distractions aren't close. If you really wanted to push this command, you would maybe put them somewhere where there was a little more traffic. You can see obviously that there's things going on in the background, but the dogs remain attentive to the handler, and they're both showing a place command. There was, as far as I could see here, no send from a distance, so he's just showing place commands. It is not incorrect in this test to show more than the required minimum standard. In fact, I encourage anyone who does the trainer's course and takes the test to flex. Show your training off. This is your chance to show off, you know, what you can do. This is, you know, the goal of this training course is to be able to put out and certify professional dog trainers that can train your average pet dog to a high level of functional obedience and freedom. So that's another recall. I like the speed of both dogs. Good, consistent speed to the handler. Happy to go to the handler. Happy to work with the handler. Not showing, you know, suppressed behaviors. Not showing, you know, fear and insecurity about working with the handler. I know some of the force-free trainers, I'm sure, will disagree. Oh, that was a nice down in motion. So he showed a down in motion there. And he did not was that a sit in motion? I'm going to go back and watch that one again, because I actually looked down. Let me see here. So he goes, what's it? We have a down in motion, and then a sit in motion with the husky mix. Very nice. So he's showing 2 things here. The sit stay must be shown for no less than 30 seconds. I know he already did a sit stay when he took the leashes off the dogs, but I think he's going with a sit stay here and the down in motion. So technically, again, he's showing some extra stuff. I don't think a sit in motion, no, a sit in motion is not required in this test. So good on him, showing a higher level of work with his dogs. And you can see the dogs are just kind of effortlessly performing the task. Nice recall again. I love that the dogs go direct to the handler. I know he was telling me the husky mix was reactive before he started the online courses. As you can see, the dog, you know, he shows arousal. Like you can see in his tail, like he's excited about, you know, the presence of other dogs and stuff, but he's still very much under control. Again, showing a nice clean halt. So far, it's been pretty easy for Isiah. Haven't seen any real struggles here. More healing, which he doesn't need to show now. He's showing plenty that he can heal these dogs, but I guess when you've got it, flaunt it. So he's sending. Okay, so here you see maybe like a little mistake. I think I could be wrong. I didn't quite hear, but so he sent both the dogs. The husky didn't go right away and required some double commands to get up on there. The Doberman did go. I don't know if it went on the initial command or I guess also this is the place command under distraction. Again, he's showing there's some ducks behind, and again, there's people on the path and people around. So I'll take this now as him showing an adequate level of distraction in the place command, even though he's showing it across another place. I like, so if you caught that, he called each dog with their own name. So the other dog waited until it was called too. I like that. I like that both the dogs aren't reacting the same, like that each one has its own command. And again, showing nice heel entries. Doberman's a little loosey-goosey, assuming that they are healing here, which it looks like they are. Let's see. Oh, he's shooting for another send. So a successful send with both dogs this time. I'll take it. I think that was definitely a send. 2 plays.
A little double check here. Loose leash walking, placed on 2 separate objects, 1 10 feet away, 160. Down in motion, sit for 30 seconds, down for 1 minute, heel, 5 recalls. Can we do all those? I think so. We'll go get 1 extra recall in just in case. Hey, Athena. Boost. Hey, heel. Good.
Very nice. Very nice work. Very nice dogs. Let's see. Looks like there's a little more to this. I like how, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Good obedience is effortless. And if he can do this for his clients, that's a big thing. You know, so many professional dog trainers, they can't even do this with their own dogs, which is hilarious. You know, it's like you purport the ability to train other people's dogs. I mean, fundamentally, most people don't even dream ever of having this level of control over their dogs. And, you know, if you can show this level of control, you're going to be able to help, you know, the vast majority of pet owners out there. So there was another down command. But it's more than just having this on your own dogs. Obviously, it's the ability to, you know, communicate to people how to train. Another down in motion. Isiah is just going after it here. He's got a couple down, another down in motion with the other dog. He's got the ducks there. It's a beautiful area wherever he's at. I think he's on the West Coast. I think he's in Seattle, if I remember correctly. So good for Seattle. They have a good dog trainer there now, or they will shortly. Isiah still has to do the written test. Let's see if his written comprehension and communication skills are at the same level
I think we're good to go.
as his dog training. All right. Okay, guys. So this was good. All right. So this is definitely a pass. Obviously, things I really liked. That he showed the work with 2 dogs. It's definitely a lot more difficult. 2 dogs, yeah. It's 2 more opportunities to show your work. Or sorry, 1 more opportunity to show your work over just 1 dog. But at the same time, 2 dogs is also 1 more opportunity to look bad, right? To have a dog screw up and to make things more difficult. So he definitely, you know, he really showed up and showed out with this work. I really like his, I like what happened. Now let me see. I know he said one of the dogs isn't wearing an e-collar. Let me see what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got Hades and Athena here. I've had them both since they were 8 weeks. Hades, he's a German Shepherd Husky mix, and he's 3 going on 4. Athena, she's just over 2. Athena is rocking just a flat collar, no e-collar. Hades has his e-collar on.
Okay, so, and you know what, that was smart because he did tell me that the Husky mix had been reactive in the past before he trained the dog. So I don't blame him for leaving the e-collar on the dog. You know, I say it's optional. You can take the test with or without the e-collar. Again, the whole purpose of this test is to show beyond a shadow of doubt that you can, in fact, functionally obedience train a dog to a high level. I think Isiah has successfully done that. Slight critiques. Doberman got a little bit loose here and there. But for those of you saying, oh, they only work because they're afraid of their e-collar. Okay, well, she's not wearing an e-collar, and she's still showing excellent work. You know, again, far and beyond what most people will ever have with their dogs. You know, again, I never saw a single e-collar correction. Maybe he snuck one in, but I didn't see it. I didn't see a reward either. And again, for me, either end of the spectrum is bad. To have to constantly correct your dog or to have to constantly reward your dog, it's not finished, right? And the whole point of this is to show finished work, completed work. So now Isiah has successfully passed. I'm going to give this test man, if I had to rate this out of 10, I think I'd give him a 9.5 out of 10. Again, that's, maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure as this program goes on, I'm going to see some crazy, crazy good stuff and some maybe not so good stuff. But Isiah, I think this is very good work. So I'm very happy with it. I'd give him a 9.5 out of 10 here. On to the written test for him. He's going to be getting the written test. And again, it's not multiple choice. This is a test that's really going to test his ability to communicate with clients and to evaluate behavioral issues and to implement the precepts of our training system and behavior modification system. So anyways, guys, congratulations to Isiah. Super work. And we will see you guys on the next video. If you guys want to find out where Isiah is at, on our website, we are going to have a honor roll for all our certified pro trainers. So when he successfully passes the written, him and every other certified Shield Pro trainer is going to be on the website listed. And we're also going to look at having a link maybe to their social media on there. So you'll be able to find each one of them. So guys, again, thanks for watching and congratulations to Isiah. Super work.